Hello everyone, welcome to game number 2 here between WFZ and Fantaficition. This is going to be another Undead vs Undead mirror match, as Fantaficition has spawned on the top left, meanwhile WFZ has spawned on the bottom right. No spoilers here. If you want to know what happened in game 1, watch game 1. Gonna go ahead and speed things up into the 8x speed since I've already done all of my talking about Undead vs Undead mirror matches, and it'd be absolutely silly to repeat myself here in game number 2. WFZ has spawned as the blue Undead over here at the 5 o'clock position, Fantaficition here at the 10, as we are now making our ways out across the map. It's going to be very interesting to see how these players try and creep on this map because of Acolyte gonna get taken down. There he goes. All right, so the Acolyte quickly taken down as the Death Knight quickly takes down a pig and breaks the laws of thermodynamics to bring in two humanoid skeletons with swords and shields. All right, meanwhile, the Death Knight here by Fantaficition doing the same exact thing except for using a sheep. It is a bad day to be a critter here on the Twisted Meadows. Twisted Meadows, named Twisted Meadows for a specific reason, as we're now looking at the Death Knight. Oh, the Death Knight could get the kill here. Oh, and does he? Who got the kill? Yes, Fantaficition getting the kill there, as the skeletal minions are now running on ahead. Not quite sure what they're really looking to do. WFZ really just playing a little bit of a strange game here. Now going to be walking straight in with 4 skeletal minions to try and disrupt any sort of mining. Now this is very, very important because if acolytes are lost in this fight, I believe there is no extra acolyte this time around. If an acolyte is lost here, then you lose out on a lot of gold. The amount of gold lost is tremendous because of because of the building time on this Halls of the Dead. See, one acolyte is already gone, and with that, one acolyte being gone here, oh, a death coil does save that acolyte though. One more blow and it would have fallen. Because of the build time, you are going to be losing about what 17% of or no 20% of your harvesting amount, which comes out to be about 120 gold a minute, as the Halls of the Dead is being upgraded. On top of that, you need to retrain that Acolyte, which is another 75 gold, I believe, or 70 gold. And now, and after that as well, it's also the build time there. So Fantaficition gonna be mining at not maximum capacity for quite some time, but WFZ really behind in terms of the overall experience race, as Fantaficition should get to level 2 off of this Null Overseer. Will the Death Knight get to level 2 off of the Null Overseer? That is the big question. Alright, skeletal minions now taking down Null Overseer, taking down the last bit of the units here. No more rods of necromancy, and oh, the Death Knight could be coming over. Oh, could the kill be coming in? Oh, who gets it? Death Knight of WFZ gets to level 2, and now using Unholy Aura to get away. Unholy Aura, not that helpful when your opponent also has the same Unholy Aura, making everything pretty much neutral. This is a war of numbers, and when all the numbers are the same, well, that just means a lot of casualties. Tomb of Relics. Black Citadel being upgraded. Crypt now coming into play here. We see a little bit of a skirmish at the front door in this choke point. Death Knight actually gets into a little bit of a squeeze situation, finally able to back out as the Crypt Fiends launch their, well, I don't know exactly what that is, but they launch it for an attack. All right, back over here, the Death Knight wanting to engage. Crypt Fiends turning around, getting in a little bit more damage once more. The Death Knight still giving chase here, and this is a bit of a problem, as the Death Knight and company having a little bit of issues. So far, Death Knight, Crypt Fiends walking around here. You can see that the Death Knight now running back over here to the top left. What are we going to be doing next, as the Crypt Fiends and the skeletal minions now reworking with WFZ to perhaps go after this mercenary creep camp? One thing that caught me a little bit off guard is that none of the players really tried to use the Troll Shadow Priest on Twisted Meadows from the mercenary camp to put a stop to these skeletal minions. Rock Golem quickly taken down, Potion of Greater Healing has been dropped, and the Death Knight now looking much more confident just because of his item inventory. Meanwhile, the Crypt Fiend's looking to turn around, get some damage there. Oh, a WFZ Death Coil a little bit late, as WFZ and Fantaficition are sitting at about the same amount of experience, and both sides still fighting it out here as a Forest Troll does get taken down. So let's take a look. We are up to 392 compared to 391. Wow, when I said about the same amount of experience, I didn't know that it was my typical off by one error as a computer scientist. All right, Crypt Fiends, Obsidian Statue, and the Death Knight making their way up to the north. And out of all of my viewers, maybe like 2 people actually got that joke. Anyways, Death Knight now coming in here. Crypt Fiend's going to come in as well, finishing off the Rock Golem, but the Death Knight should be able to rush in here pretty quickly. No, decides not to. Gonna go after the Forest Troll Warlord creep camp instead. Forest Troll Warlord gonna suffer a lot of damage here, a lot of ensnares going down, as you can see that this Crypt Fiend is taking a fair amount of damage from the Ogre Warriors. However, the Forest Troll Warlord should get focused down very quickly because of that additional damage from the Troll Trappers, as we now see what Unholy Aura left behind from the Forest Troll Warlord, a very useless item for a Death Knight, as the Death Knight now partnered up with the Lich items. Potion of Greater Healing, Dust of Appearance. Lich now wanting to get to level 2 should be able to do exactly that, as that Orb of Corruption really taking away some of the armor and deciding not to pick up a Tome of Agility. Agility does give the Lich a little bit more armor. We'll see if that makes any big differences later on, as with the Death Knight, Crypt Fiends, and company now about to engage. All right, Ogre Warrior gonna get taken down. Ogre Magi is here. Ogre Warrior and more units off to the top. Meanwhile, the Death Knight of WFZ looking to strike while the iron is hot and has found a bit of an opening, going straight after that Tomb of Relics. Tomb of Relics taking a lot of damage so far, and if the Tomb of Relics gets taken down before the Destroyer upgrade is started, that means Destroyers are going to be even later, even though I don't believe we even saw any Destroyers in the previous game. School of Town Portal now coming in. It looks like all these units are ready to go for that upcoming battle, and here we are. There's the attack. There is a quick silence on all the units, and the Lich quickly getting focused down. There it goes, as the Death Knight was unable to get a Death Coil off on the unit. That final little bit of experience was all it took, and WFZ takes game number 2. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.